All right, let's keep things rolling with our next comedian. With all this millennial bashing, we figure we should get at least one on the show today. Let's give it up, please, for Victoria Bonney.
Thank you, Leonard. Hi, everybody. I probably don't have to tell you guys this, but it is not an easy time to be a white, blonde woman. People just assume things about me. Like, I have great credit, and I'm a certified yoga instructor, and I had a father who loved me. It's like, guys, I have problems too. I insert my chip card like everybody else, multiple times in the wrong way. When my Uber driver gives me 1 star, do I not hurt? I hurt. When my Facebook post gets less than 10 likes, do I not cry? I cry. And then I delete the post. I learned a few years ago you could customize your credit card with a photo. And I thought, naturally, it should be a photo of me. It's the closest I'm gonna come to getting my face on money anyway, right? So I've noticed lately, because it's been a few years, that people are doing a double take when I'm checking out. They're looking at the card, they're looking at me, looking at the card, looking at me. This lady the other day was like, "Is this you?" And I was like, "Yeah, Darlene, before I came to this Dairy Queen every day, it was me." You know, if I learned anything from the Shawshank Redemption, it's that day 1 in the can, you want to stand your ground. You want to tell people who's boss. And I like to take that same tact in my gated apartment complex when a new neighbor moves in upstairs, you know? Because that whole welcome wagon shit is not gonna get anyone from wearing their elephant shoes at 2 a.m. and doing Zumba class. You want them to think you're batshit downstairs. So take notes. First, you're gonna apply a charcoal face mask. You're gonna put on your robe. You're gonna go up there at 10 p.m. and you're gonna slam on the door and you're gonna say, "Hey, keep it down. My hermit crabs are breeding." I don't know why you have a southern accent, but go with it. And I promise you this one sweet truth. You will never hear their TV again. They will also never make eye contact again, so it's virtually a win-win. I've noticed a lot of young people now, they say, "YOLO, YOLO, you only live once." And it's like, excuse me, some of us are Buddhist. Namaste. I actually went to go see the Dalai Lama speak recently, and it was incredible. It was just, standing room only, people everywhere. His Holiness, he came out on stage, and he bowed. And he looked out at the sea of people and pointed at the man right next to me, and he said, "My friend, I've known you for a past life." And this man melted. He just fell to the floor. Like, "Oh my God, I'll follow you," he says. And I'm like, wow, this guy's like an eat, pray, love groupie, He's just gonna follow the Lama. And I think to myself, do you think this is his party trick? He picks one person out of the crowd and he's like, "I know you." It's kind of like a tourism ploy to get you to go to the Himalayas. Because I can tie a cherry stem with my tongue, and I have never once expected someone to go on a pilgrimage to Maraschino, you know what I mean? Anyway, it's really serious though. The Dalai Lama has been in exile for 60 years. And he was recently on the cover of Time magazine marking this occasion, very sad occasion. And we get that magazine in my office, and our intern got the magazine, and he's somewhere between the ages of in utero and 22, not clear. And he turned to me and he said, "Oh my God, he looks so old." And I said, "Well, this is not his first life." And I think that anecdote kind of illustrates what we all need in our offices these days, which is an intergenerational translator. Someone who can whisper between the people who remember the fax machine in the Jurassic period and those who just reply all in emojis. you know? Because I have empathy for both groups, right? Because imagine you're 57 and your whole life, you're putting 2 spaces after a period. That guy. Sorry, sir. But then all of a sudden some kid comes along and he's like, hey, it's 1 space now. P.S. Pluto isn't a planet anymore. When? And on the other side of the open office plan design is a kid who's been Snapchatting his day since he woke up. And he has no idea what you mean when you say £, but he made you a nice hashtag, and it's just olds. Seriously, though, Maine is the oldest state in the nation, and it's a real challenge for our workforce. People are retiring. We got to figure this out, okay? It's a dilemma. So I wrote to the state and had a marketing campaign proposed to raise awareness. And it was just, let's youth-inize Maine. But they pulled the radio ads almost immediately. You know, when I was growing up, on St. Patrick's Day, we'd say, kiss me, I'm Irish. But now it's like, have you received explicit consent to show affection to me on the day honoring my potato-starved ancestors? Feels like a whole lot for a lapel, right? It's probably safe, though. I gotta hand it to us, ladies. I think we've officially smashed the patriarchy, right? Only when it comes to romance, though. Sorry. It used to be people wanted to know about your dowry, you know, like what kind of assets were you bringing into the marriage, relationship, whatever. Now, it's different. I was on Tinder the other day, and a man just out of the gate, he said, hey, how big is your debt? I was like, ooh, Mr. Darcy. I'll play. I was like, I got a little money saved just in case I get sick or something. And he says, like a little bit of back pain cash or like type 2 diabetes cash? And I was like, sir, I am driving a Kia in my profile photo. What makes you think I can afford insulin? Swipe left. Namaste. But after many years on the apps, I've actually found a good man to foster. He's here, so sorry. And he's a pretty good pedigree, you know, nearly housebroken. And when we first met, he made this noise. He called it his thinking noise. And it went something like this. And I looked at him like it was the last noise he'd ever make. And he never made it again. Well, we were sitting there last night, and he looked at me lovingly, and he said, you know, sometimes I miss that noise. And I was like, oh. And then I gave him a treat, and I put him in his crate, because really, I think we need to remember that the apps are just like a sadder pet finder, right? That's where I met him. And, you know, it's just like one picture from 2014 and undisclosed abandonment issues, right? So last year, I made a new adult friend. And those of us who are over 30 know that's not easy, you know? It's not like wily pack of girls running around. It's not like college and high school. There's the geek table and the jock table. No, it's like, who wants to go to lunch with me? Let's do it. So this lady, virtual stranger, we go to lunch and she's like, hey, have you considered Botox for your 11s? What's that? She's like, your 11s, you know, the 2 wrinkles between your eyebrows. And I was like, wow, I could have lived my whole life not knowing that nickname exists. And probably my next. All right, that's it for me.
Victoria, Bonney, everyone.